Hello, it's your life coach, Mr. Knight, and today I'm going to be talking about investments. I'm going to be talking about finances. And if you want to learn how to spend your money wisely and get successful, you better stick around because you'll be glad that you did. You see, it's not all about how much money you make, it's what you do with what you got. We've got three different types of people out there. We've got 5%. Those people, they have generational wealth. Money is transferred from one generation to another. That's only about 5%. These are people who are at least worth $5 million to billions. And then we have 15% of people. Those people, they do comfortable, they do good. And then we have 80%. 80% of people. I hope you are now one of the 80% of people. But I know that most of the people out there, most of the people watching me right now, they wouldn't admit it to you, but that in 80%. But even if they won't admit it to you, you can tell when somebody's worthy or not. Now, the purpose of my video here is to try and help you and be in the 15%, not the 80%. You see, it's all about your money habits, my friend. Now, I'm going to break it down for you how the 80% spend their money, and you'll see the difference. And if you can learn from me, if you can learn from this video and try to practice those habits, in no time, you can be in the 15%. You can live your life comfortable. So it's all about searching for knowledge and apply the knowledge. Now, the 80%, when they get their check, they take it straight to their bank account. They gave it to their wife or husband. Here it is, honey. Pay the bills and put the rest in our personal check account or our personal savings account. Thank you so much for paying too much taxes, my friend. Now, the 15% of people that are living a comfortable life, middle class or a little over middle class. These are people who might be worth almost $1 million or below $1 million, but they are living a comfortable life. They will get their check and they'll put it into a business account. So you see, when you have a business account, when you receive a check, let's say $15,000 check, you are going to take away straight like $4,000 right away and put it in a tax account. Because the check is saying $15,000, but that's not really what the check is for. That's not what you're taking home. So you take off $4,000, put them in a tax account. You take off another $4,000, you put it in expenses because you have a business, so you have to pay your workers and all that. You take a 10% out of that check, you put it into um, different kind of expenses, into marketing and all that kind of stuff. And then you take the other remaining, you put it into your home account. That's how you do it. So at the end of the day, the $15,000 that you got, the government can see that what you really took home is $5,000 or $6,000, not the $15,000. And that also had a lot to do with your mindset and your mental, the way you think about it. Because you're not deceiving yourself that you're making so much money when you're actually not. That is going to help you at the end of the day to never have problems with the government, because you know Mr. Tom is going to take his. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They get paid $10,000, they just go spend it. Get another one, go spend it. They forget about taxes. So when you open a business account, you already, you don't have that problem already. And then at the end of the year, of course, you can file the taxes and get all these deductions. Even when you put your money in your personal account, all the money in your personal account, yes, you can still file for taxes and deduct, get deductions, but it's not the same way. So another thing, the 15% that they do is they have another account aside of investments. They have another account of education funding. Then they have another account of, let's say, real estate funding. So which means whatever amount you're getting, if you're getting, again, $15,000, you break all that into like 5-6 different breakdowns. You put some money in tax account, you put some money in educational funding. If you have kids or you plan to have kids, that's the 529. Then you put the rest, you put another another percentage of your money into your market account. This is an account where you go and buy stocks and invest in mutual funds and all that kind of stuff. And then you put also certain percentage of money into a real estate account, like put in there even if it's 10% every month. So that way, because as time goes by, it's going to multiply and multiply, and then after some time, you'll be like, oh, I got a chunk of money here that I can just go and purchase a real estate, purchase a commercial building or apartment or whatever it is. So when you are disciplined and you're doing that on a monthly basis, it's just going to take care of itself. And you're never going to have to worry about, I don't have money, or I went to shop, I did spend more than what I make, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a perfect way of being organized and a perfect way of taking the advantage of this system of being a business owner. You know, it is going to help you to see the way you look at money. Again, it's not exactly all about how much money you make, but it's all about how do you spend what you've got. If someone else is just getting the $10,000 every month and just putting that money in their savings account or their checking account, I promise you, they overspending that money because they think that that's all the money they made. But when you're doing what 15% are doing, that's how you create some success, financially speaking. But if you're in the 80% that I told you, you don't know nothing of what I'm talking about. Or maybe you know about it, but that's not how you're living your life. That's not how you are managing your money. So I'm just here to try to persuade you to get away from those habits, the way you are spending your money. Get away from the 80% way of spending. Get into the 15% way of spending. That can lead you to becoming a millionaire. And that can even lead you to becoming a billionaire. Because you see, remember, this is why I say that you have an account where you're putting money in stock markets. Because that's how you make money. You see, the only way you ever be financially independent, the only way you ever be successful, financially speaking, is when you multiply and multiply and multiply what you've got. And as time goes by, when you keep putting a small amount of money in the stock market account and buying different stocks and buying different mutual funds and all that kind of stuff, and do it wisely, because as you know, mutual funds or government bonds. The risk is really low, but the return is not high. But when you buy stocks, the risk is high, but then the return is high as well. So you mix them up. When you do all these things, as time goes by, you find yourself having a lot of money. It's just a matter of time. And again, don't be scared to lose some money, because you have to take a risk if you really want to be successful. If you never invest, if you never try to multiply what you've got, you're never going to be successful financially speaking. So you've got to learn how to invest, how to do all these things. If you don't do what I'm saying, if you don't change your financial habits, if you are in the 80% that I spoke about, and you're not ready or willing to change, to spend your money like the 15%, my friend, I promise you, you'll never be financially independent. You'll never be financially successful. You will live from paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. You will die young because you're stressed about money. Because you are spending what you actually don't have. You are seeing this paycheck saying $4,000, but actually it's $2,600. Because remember, you have to pay taxes. Remember, you have to pay, you just have to do it. You just have to follow this model. Unless if you can comment and tell me that, Mr. Knight, I think you are deceiving at ABC, but this is how you're supposed to do it. It's Mr. Knight from Get Inspired and Motivated. I have over 100 videos on my YouTube channel, Get Inspired and Motivated. Check it out. I speak about different topics, a lot of different substances, a lot of different contents, finances, love and relationship, and everything else and beyond. Check it out. You'll be glad that you did. Email me at tkrecords at yahoo. Email me at tkrecords@yahoo.com. tkrecords@yahoo.com. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer you. May God bless you. Before I leave, I always say, put God first, people second, and then everything else. When you do that, my friend, you are going to live a great life. Bye-bye for now, and I'll see you next time.